Бажаю здоров'я, шановні українці, українки.
I wish you health, fellow Ukrainians. We have an important personal decision. Upon the submission of the Minister of Defense, I have changed the commander of the Medical Forces Command of the Armed Forces of Ukraine. Instead of Major General of the Medical Service Tetiana Ostashchenko, I appointed Major General of the Medical Service Anatoly Kazmirchuk, head of the National Military Medical Clinical Center, main military clinical hospital in Kyiv, as the new commander. The task is obvious, and this has been repeatedly discussed in society, in particular in the community of our combat medics. A fundamentally new level of medical support for our military is needed, from high-quality tourniquets to full digitalization and transparency in supply, from high-quality training to sincere communication with combat medics in those units where medical care is organized truly properly and truly effectively. The experience of the effectiveness of specific units should be extended to the entire defense forces. At the meeting with Defense Minister Umerov, we identified priorities, and there will not be much time to wait for results. Changes need to be made quickly. The second thing for today is that we continue to prepare for the planned international events this week. There will be an important activity, new communication with our partners. The key thing now is to make sure that support for Ukraine will be sufficient next year as well. I think all the countries considering this issue in the same way as we do. This signal must be sent to Russia. No matter what they do, the world will not get tired of defending freedom and international order. I would like to also recognize the Netherlands today. This week the Dutch government has envisaged more than 2 billion euros for the next year, mostly in security support for Ukraine. Thank you, Mark, Mr. Prime Minister, and I am also grateful to the entire Dutch society. This is a timely signal. It is important to feel that the defense of freedom is backed by reliable and sincere support. And one more thing, every week that we pass in this war, in this defense of our independence, is a time when thousands of Ukrainians show the best of their character, the strongest qualities of people. When we are talking about unity in the defense of Ukraine, we are always talking not about something abstract, but about very specific things, about people doing what they have to do, what they should do, what supports others, and ultimately allows Ukraine to stand, fight, respond to the enemy, and succeed in battles, in strengthening our state, in saving lives. I would like to recognize the employees of the State Emergency Service of Ukraine, those who save lives every day, those who risk their lives, those who were wounded by Russian shelling. I thank the entire staff of the State Emergency Service, and especially Sergeant Vladislav Dordy, Master Sergeant Oleksiy Sushevsky, and Chief Sergeant Oleksiy Shabal, firefighters and rescuers working in the Zaporizhia region. They were injured this Wednesday while providing assistance in the village of Zarichna. Guys, I wish you a speedy recovery. Thank you for your service. Donetsk region, rescuers who have particularly distinguished themselves in helping people after the Russian attack on the town of Seledovo, Sergeant Artur Taranenko and Captain Viktor Kartashov. Thank you. Kherson region, Sergeants Alexander Chastuchin, Yevgeny Tishuk, Major Serhiy Kovalenko. They were repeatedly involved in the liquidation of the consequences of Russian strikes and always do their best to save as many people as possible. Well done, guys. Well done. Thank you very much. And of course, Ukrainian medics. I thank all of you. I would especially like to recognize Tetiana Hurska, head of the Hulaypovo Emergency Department, and Alexander Ilyenko, an anesthesiologist at the Zaporizhia Emergency Station. Thank you. Kherson, Volodymyr Piatogorets, a surgeon who operated on 16 patients with mind blast injuries this week alone, and Mykola Stepanyuk, a field felcher of the Kherson Emergency Medical Unit. He is actively working, actively helping, actively saving people. I am grateful to you and your colleagues who are equally active and caring. Separately, I would like to thank everyone whose concern and efficiency help us return to Ukraine children who were abducted from the occupied territory. On this day, we managed to return to Ukraine Bogdan Yermokhin, a boy who was taken from Mariupol to Russia. There were many attempts to help him. I am glad that everything worked out. I am grateful to the entire team working on the return of Ukrainian children, the office, the ombudsman, and our international partners, including UNICEF. I am especially grateful to Qatar for its effective mediation and assistance. Thank you. We remember all our people. We are mindful of every corner of Ukraine that is currently under occupation. And I am grateful to everyone who is in combat, who is at combat posts, who is training and helping, who is preparing for combat. Avdiivka, Marinka, our entire east, southern directions, Melitopol direction, Kherson region. Glory to all those who defend Ukraine, who defend independence, who care about people and sincerely try to strengthen us all. Glory to Ukraine.